Welcome to a video from thedigital-lifestyle.com. This video we're going to have a look at this Netgear Wi-Fi range extender. This is the model EX7000. The idea of a Wi-Fi range extender is if you've got some dead areas on the edge of your Wi-Fi network, this device can then be used to repeat the Wi-Fi out so that you can extend your range. So you place this somewhere inside your Wi-Fi area, so maybe in a room that does pick up Wi-Fi, and then adjacent rooms that perhaps don't, this will then beam that out to those. So the idea is it's a repeater that you can then extend your Wi-Fi range out. But it's also got some other interesting features as well. Apart from it being a particularly high powered one, you can also use it as an access point and a Dlna server, USB server, that kind of thing. So I'll unbox it, we'll have a look at it. So in the box we have the booster, which we'll look at closely in a second, instruction sheet, a plate so you can stand it upright, antennas, and a mains adapter, and some sticky pads. So I've attached the antennas onto it now, which can be moved into whichever position you want. I think if you're leaving it flat, that was the best way of doing it. We've got network ports here, WPS button for fast connectivity network, power, and the power port. Right on the front here we've got a USB 3 port for connecting and a USB drive. Okay, so I've got it powered up now here, and we'll have a look at it from my surface. So I can see here now I've got some different Wi-Fi routers set up on test at the moment, and the one that's downstairs that I'm using currently is the TARDIS Wi-Fi, which you see we've got the 3 bars here, and here's the Netgear extender, which is showing obviously the full signal strength. So the idea is I put the Netgear just on the edges of the TARDIS Wi-Fi range in the house or in the building that I want to extend it out, and then everything can then in close to this one can then connect to that, and we've got a much faster network. So before we do that, we just need to set it up. We can use WPS, so you just go and tap the WPS button on the router, in this case that one, and then the WPS on here, and then they'll connect together. I'm actually going to go through the manual setup. So the setup is pretty straightforward, it walks you through it, so let's go through that. And it actually asks for an email account, which is the first time I've seen that, so I'll set this up and we'll continue. So at this point in the setup, we now ask whether we want to set up as a range extender or an access point. An access point would mean you would then plug your router with an Ethernet cable directly into the Netgear device, and then that would be your Wi-Fi. So you could do this if you've got a cable modem that hasn't got Wi-Fi or something like that, and then that would give you Wi-Fi. You need a second access point. We're going to do it in an extender. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend this one here. Now ask the network key, which I'll put that in. So now it creates 2 new networks with the EXT extension to show that it's an extended area. So we've got the 2G for the 2.4 GHz and the 5G for the 5G network. We can choose to use existing passwords, or we can create new passwords. So here on my phone, we're connected here to the 5G one, and we'll have a look at signal strengths. So as you would expect now, we can see these new networks with the strongest signal strength because the router's there. But you get the idea now. Anything close by in this router, we can use this, and then it repeats back to the original one, and we get good transfer speeds. So here we are, we can see the signal strength of that network. So here you can see now the relative signal strengths of the various networks. So here's the original one at 64%, and here's the new one here, which is 100%, because it's pretty much right next to it. But the idea being that as you move further away from your original source, you place the Netgear extender just so it's in range with a reasonable signal, and then you get a big boost when you connect to the existing one. So let's just have a look at some of the other things you can do with it as well, apart from the range extending. I'm going to plug this USB 3 drive into it, and we'll see if that shows up. So back here on my surface we can see the EX7000 showing up here in network locations. If I go into there, It has some automatically created folders, which it does by indexing the content. We'll just have a look in those in a sec, but if I go to browse folders, I know that in the movies folder is some content, collection of content, and these are all stored on that USB 3 drive plugged directly into the EX7000, so not connected to this machine. So here's a video now streaming from that USB drive. Where it is, not connected to this machine, plugged directly into the Wi-Fi router. So you've got a media server with just by plugging a hard drive into it. So that works really well. So I mentioned that it was also a Dlna server, which means that from any Dlna device like this phone, this Allcast app on the phone, or your TV or Xbox, anything like that, you can then browse content stored on that device. So you've seen we did it through Windows, but you can also do it through Dlna. So all the content available on there, I can play on here now, and this will now play it. And with this Allcast app, you can then send that onto another device. But you could also pick up this from your TV or whatever you wanted to do. Another thing you could do with it as well, you can plug Ethernet straight into it. It's got 5 gigabit Ethernet ports, so you could plug up to 5 devices in there and use this then as your bridge. So if you've got a device like a smart TV, something like that, that doesn't support Wi-Fi, you can plug them into the directly into the gigabit ports, and then you've got Ethernet then you've got a Wi-Fi bridge to those devices. So very handy for bridging devices that don't have Wi-Fi built into them. So that's the Netgear EX7000 dual band Nighthawk Wi-Fi range extender, 5 gigabit ports and 3 antennas. You can get this on Amazon around £126. So there are other cheaper extenders out there, but this is the real deal. This is a powerful one with lots of features as well, and a simple device, and say very quick to get working, as you saw in this video. So thanks for watching this video. We've got other Wi-Fi products and other gadgets on our YouTube channel, so please subscribe.